Hey guys, this is Adam McGarity from the Language Acquisition Resource Center at San Diego State University. In this video, I'm going to show you ways to make and use QR codes in the classroom. So let's get straight to it. First, you might ask, what is a QR code? It's a quick response code that you can scan and quickly load links onto your phone or tablet. I know you've seen them. There's a lot of them on products nowadays. The first thing you'll need to do is load up a QR scanner for your device. To do that, just go to your app store, search for QR scanner or QR reader, and see what comes up. Read the descriptions and choose what sounds best to you. Most of them fall into the $2 to $3 range, but there may be some free ones out there. I use this one on my iPhone, and although its ratings aren't great, it's worked fine for me for several years. Now, once you have a scanner loaded onto your device, you're ready to start making and testing your own QR codes. For this, just go to Google's URL shortening service at goo.gl. Type the URL link you want into this box. For an example, I'm just going to use the Larc website. Press enter. And then look over here at this details link. Click on it. And up here on the right, you'll see your QR code. You can either save image as or copy image by right-clicking on Windows or control-click on a Mac. Here you see save image as or copy image. I make my decision depending on whether I'm going to need these often or not. And now, once you've done that, you can paste this code onto worksheets, flyers, posters, tests, or whatever you want your students to have an easy link on their device to. Also, you'll notice that if you're logged into your Google account, you can see that it shows all the QR codes you've made, so you can come back and retrieve them in the future. So maybe you're thinking, that's great, I can make a code, but how do I use it for language education? There are lots of ways, and maybe even some I haven't thought of. In my experience, QR codes are the most useful when linked to clear and specific information. In other words, don't use QR codes to link people to a full website. In my example, I used the Larc website, but let's be honest, nobody wants to look at a full website on their phone. It's much better to use QR codes to link to specific audio or video files that are clearly and directly related to the activity or content of the lesson. Here's one activity I like to use with my beginning Russian students. First, I created 10 audio files that went something like this. Number 1, chair, chair. Number 2, table, table, and so on. I uploaded these files to my website and used the Google URL shortener to generate the QR codes. This is an example. Then I made 4 paper cards for each audio file. The QR code, the number spelled out, the numeral, and the name of the item. I then put a QR code linking directly to that audio file on each corresponding item in the classroom. Then, students in groups of 3 or 4 had to scan the code and match up the 4 cards based on what they hear in the audio file.
Номер 3. Стена. Стена.
Now, this activity is great for 5 reasons. Students get to use their devices for language learning. Students work together to solve a puzzle. Students practice corresponding sounds to letters in the target language. Students practice hearing, seeing, and understanding numbers. And students practice hearing, seeing, and understanding the names of classroom items. So perhaps you're thinking, this sounds great, but I don't have a blog or a website where I can put these audio files. Well, here's a solution. It's called Vocaroo. If you go to the Vocaroo website, you can record and store audio online. Simply click record. Make your recording while this red box is blinking. Whenever you're ready, click stop. Listen to your recording to make sure you like it, and then click here to save. Then look down here on the bottom right, you'll see a link that says QR code. Click on it. When you see the code, simply right-click or on Mac, control-click, and do the same as we did with the Google. Either save image as or copy image as you think you'll need it. So now you have a choice between your own site and Vocaroo for audio file hosting. I prefer to use my own website because the audio files play automatically after students scan the code.
Number 3. Stena. Stena.
The Vocaroo files, on the other hand, require that students click the play button once the link is loaded. It's a small difference, but I find that more immediately responsive technology is better at keeping students' attention.
Testing Vocaroo, testing Vocaroo.
Keep in mind that you can use these codes to link to all kinds of things on the internet that are useful in the language classroom, including YouTube videos, Twitter postings, and even Google Maps. Use your imagination and think up some new great ways QR codes can help enhance student learning.